Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experienced as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting. Doing church God's way. Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Good morning, happy new month to every one of you watching me wherever you are. It's a beautiful morning all the way from the city of Abuja. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder, CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder, CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. This month is a new month, and that's why I'm telling you happy new month. And today we want to also welcome every one of you to this broadcast, live broadcast, unedited, live Monday Morning Matters. Okay, we're going to start with a season hot topic: defining your church Jerusalem. Defining your church Jerusalem. We've started Monday Morning Matters almost 6 years ago. And so you can go to our YouTube page, you can go to our Facebook page. You're going to get quite a lot of information. Welcome everyone to this Facebook page, Facebook Live, and YouTube channel. This broadcast is to help church leaders and pastors well equipped to lead their church to a healthy perspective. Okay? And then last month we talked about the impact of food to ministry effectiveness. If you have missed that episode, I want you to go to our Facebook page and go to our YouTube channel. You're going to get quite a lot of all those information. Thank you for hooking up with us. We are so glad you were part of this live broadcast show. Again, my name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the lead consultant, founder, and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, revitalization, training, and strategic blueprint. Our vision is simple: is to be a leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, adaptable solution. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US. I'm your weekly host every Monday on Facebook Live broadcast show, 7 a.m. Nigerian time or West African time. I'm also known as the Church Health Guide of the 21st century. Please, a big thank you to everyone who has been liking our post, who has been commenting and telling us how timely our content is. I want to thank you so much from the depth of my heart on how you have helped us to reach more people. I've been doing quite a lot of trainings in the last month of August, and so I have some pain, but God helped me through this first episode, Defining Your Church Jerusalem. Let's do a little bit of promo, and then we're going to go into the juice for the day. All right, so this Monday Morning Matters with Niyi Dunmade, certified church consultant. And so we're going to go straight into what we have for today. And we help churches grow healthier through empirical assessment, revitalization, trainings, and strategy blueprints. And we believe that our expertise could benefit your church in a great deal. So we're going to talk on how to define your church Jerusalem today. How far should your Jerusalem be in today's world, and how biblical can it be? And so we're going to also bring this across to you. Dr. Tom Rayner is bringing massive discount, over 40% discount to anyone who wants to be well trained, well equipped, who want to be certified as a church consultant to help other churches, to help your own church thrive and grow healthier. Reach out to me on the number on the screen or the email on the screen, and let's see how we can help you become certified. You can help your own church and also have a side gig income for yourself. My books are also available on Amazon. Church Retention, Church Retention Pathway to Growth is available on Amazon. And the next one, which is Busting Church Growth Myth, very 320 something page book, is going to help you. It's going to help your church. People are buying those copies, and make sure that you hook up to our website and also our YouTube channel to get quite a lot of information on the website. Okay, so today we're going to talk on defining your church Jerusalem. The Bible says that in Acts chapter 1 verse 8, Jesus said that they should tarry in Jerusalem until they've been endued from on high, and they shall be witnesses. Okay, they shall be witnesses unto me in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and the uttermost part of the earth. That's what Acts chapter 1 verse 8. And today we're going to just concentrate on understanding our Jerusalem, and then with a focus on the Great Commission and commandments. Okay, now first thing I want to say is that the Great Commission and the Great Commandment begins at home. You cannot tell me that you are, as a church or as a ministry, you are carrying out the Great Commission to the world without not starting at home. Bible says charity, there's an idiom that says charity begins at home. All right, so the Great Commission begins at home. The Great Commandment begins at home. You have to love your neighbor as yourself, and your neighbor is someone who resides very close to where you are. So we're going to look at the understanding our Jerusalem, the foundation of our mission. That's the Great Commission. And I quoted Acts chapter 1. Jesus lays out a clear progression of the spread of the gospel or outreach, starting from Jerusalem. Before you move to Judea, you move to Samaria, and then you move to the uttermost part of the earth. It's just it's not just right starting from the uttermost part of the earth, and you have not made an impact in Jerusalem. So the progression that Jesus wants us as a church to carry out is to make sure that our impact, gospel conversation, gospel engagement must start from Jerusalem. Then it will now move outward to Judea, and then move outward to Samaria. I wish I can show the map, and then move out to the ends of the earth. But what does that Jerusalem represent for us today? All of us are not in Jerusalem, but every church has a Jerusalem. And so in this episode, we're going to explore the meaning of Jerusalem and what it means and why it is essential to start our outreach, our evangelistic efforts in Jerusalem. We start our outreach effort and evangelistic reach in the immediate community before thinking global. You cannot make a global impact without making local impact. In fact, the extent at which you make local impact will determine how you're going to make global impact. In fact, if you think you are making global impact without local relevance, that global impact will not be sustainable. Because every fire must have its source. Every fire must know its source. And its source is what brings about the intensity. And so Jerusalem is key to what happens in Judea, to what happens in Samaria, and to what happens in the uttermost part of the land. So how do we define Jerusalem in today's modern context? We have that biblical reference, and it's to all witnesses, to all disciples, to all believers. Okay, we're going to be endued from on high, and we're going to be witness unto Jesus in Jerusalem, in Judea, in Samaria, and the uttermost part of the earth. So what does Jerusalem symbolically mean for the church? Jerusalem represents the immediate environment, immediate community, all right, immediate community where the church resides in terms of the church family, local community, workspace, schools around the church, even the homes around the church. And we need to identify what Jerusalem means, who are in Jerusalem, because if you don't know who are dwelling in Jerusalem, you might not know what to do to engage those who are in Jerusalem. It is where you interact daily. Jerusalem is where you interact daily, you engage daily with others, where people know the name of your church, the address of your church, and where your influence is strongest. Okay, your influence is strongest at where your church is located. Now let's look at the life of Jesus. Let's give a sense of the radius around Jerusalem that Jesus reached when he was here on earth. He went to Nazareth, and Nazareth is about 65 miles north of Jerusalem. That's about over 100 kilometers. Capernaum was at the Sea of Galilee, and Jesus was able to get to Capernaum, and that's about 85 miles. That's about 137 kilometers northeast of Jerusalem. Bethlehem, where he was born, is about 6 miles, which is about 10 kilometers south of Jerusalem. Jericho, fantastic city. You can see it's about 15 miles from Jerusalem. That's about 24 kilometers east of Jerusalem. Now, some of these things, if you have Bible handbook or Bible concordances, you should be able to get some of these things. And then Tyre and Sidon is about 100 miles. I think that's where the Jesus reach was able to be extended, and that's about 160 kilometers north of Jerusalem. Based on all these locations that I mentioned, the radius of Jesus' ministry around Jerusalem could be considered roughly maximum around 160 kilometers. Okay, about 100 kilometers, between 100 miles or 160 kilometers from Jerusalem. So, and of course, you could see he used donkeys and or trekking to be able to reach some of these places like Galilee, Samaria, Judea, and from the ancient Israel. Now, the thing is, the church is not located where it is located by accident. There's an importance of starting at home, because if you want to begin to spread the gospel to wider areas, it must start from home. And home is where you get the foundation. Spiritual foundation, physical foundation. Okay, our immediate surrounding are where our spiritual journey begins. You have to start from somewhere. You cannot start from everywhere. You have to start from where you are located. And where you are located as a church is not by accident. Where we are called to witness first is in our Jerusalem. And this includes nurturing and strengthening the faith of every family member or friends, colleague, or people in the community around the church. We need to build a strong base in our Jerusalem if we're going to make fantastic impact in Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost part of the earth. Just like a tree, if you see a tree being planted, a tree will have a root, and it must grow in a certain place. But the impact of the root of the tree is beyond where it's planted. It begins to spread, and then you can take the fruit and export it out to different countries. So the roots of a tree must grow deeply enough, must grow strong enough to support the branches as it spread in terms of local ministry. And the tree must be well established, the church must be well established to also be able to sustain global outreach, because global outreach is more demanding than local outreach. If you're able to wear the storms, the barriers of local outreach, then you should be prepared to reach out for global outreach. I've seen churches who don't have local relevance, but they just want to have global dominance. You can't have global dominance without local relevance. So by focusing on the Jerusalem, we ensure that our outreach is rooted in the place where the church is located, ensuring that it is strong and vibrant. And then as we now get ourselves well positioned to effectively witness. That's what Acts chapter 1 verse 8. So people who know us well are often more open to our witnesses, and that happens in Jerusalem because they know where you reside, they know what happens, they know how you operate. And so that credibility, that consistency of staying and living out your faith in where your church is located is more evident to those that are around the church. Now, do we have scriptural evidence of churches who were actually making some impact in their Jerusalem? And you know, one of the things I do in most of my teachings is that the early church, the descriptive nature of the early church is the prescriptive nature for today's church. And the descriptive nature of the early church can be seen as prescriptive on other churches that were mentioned in the Bible. There are other churches that were mentioned in the Bible, over 60 of them. In fact, most of them, Paul wrote, and some of the apostles wrote to them. And the early church, the disciples followed Jesus' instructions by beginning their ministry in Jerusalem. In Acts chapter 2, they witnessed to the Jews in the city, leading to conversion of thousands. Bible says in chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, thousands were added. Souls were added daily. And this strong start in Jerusalem laid a groundwork for the expansion for Philip in Samaria, in Judea, in uttermost part of the earth. And you can see that focusing your church to local ministry can impact individuals and communities outside the Jerusalem of the church. So we can see testimonies from the scriptures or stories of how they were able to make Jerusalem a very successful local outreach spot. And so from there, they are able to serve their community. There will be challenges in Jerusalem. There will be barriers in Jerusalem. But the thing is, if you are able to weather the storms in Jerusalem, then you can go to Judea and you can go to Samaria. You can be able to go to the uttermost part of the earth. Sometimes those closest to us can be the hardest to reach, because a prophet is not honored in his own town. If you can get honor in your own town, then the uttermost part of the earth will want to hear you. So that's just what the scripture is. They say those closest to us in our family, in our location, in our Jerusalem, can be the hardest to reach, because they know our flaws, they know our past mistakes, they know they know Jesus as a son of the carpenter. And so we need to begin to address how to overcome this challenge. And that's why, as a certified church consultant, I usually tell pastors to do community analysis. From community analysis, you know the pain points, you know the demographics, you know the psychographics of what's happening in your community, and then you are able to position yourself to addressing how you can overcome the challenges that by demonstrating consistent understanding of what is happening in your community. Now, the danger of feeling content with where we are and not pushing to reach out around us is because we don't know what is going on around us, because the culture around in Jerusalem is always evolving. People are always evolving. The community is not static, it's dynamic. People are moving into the community, people are moving out of the community. And so not everyone in our Jerusalem will be receptive. Not everyone in our Jerusalem is staying in Jerusalem for a long haul. And we need to understand that and be willing to embrace some rejection in our Jerusalem. Not everyone in your Jerusalem will accept the message or the things that you are trying to do in the community. So what are the practical steps of reaching out in our Jerusalem? First of all, use a Google map to identify your Jerusalem. I want to say it should be a 10 minutes drive, north, south, east, west, and then make sure that you have some large pool of people around. 10-15 minutes drive around where your church is located. That should identify. You need to be able to crystal clear identify your Jerusalem. Now, if it's a rural area, that driving distance can be increased, and we need to encourage individuals to think about their Jerusalem as a church. Okay, who are dwelling in the Jerusalem? Who are we seeing every day in the Jerusalem? Who are those that we have relationship with? Because from where it's in Jerusalem that we have people who will be invited to church, because a church cannot grow if people in the community do not visit the church. And so from that, identifying your Jerusalem, you can begin to pray, because that Jerusalem is governed by God, is governed by a principality, is governed by a culture. And so you need to begin to pray with that map, pray with that Jerusalem, introducing the idea of creating a Jerusalem prayer map. Okay, people should be praying for the pain points of where the church is located, and that's the immediate surrounding of the church, the neighborhood, the workplaces, and social circles that are present in that place. And then begin to deliberately have some local engagement. Start simple. Invite neighbors. Talk to your chancellor. Talk to your local government chairman. Talk to your mayor. Talk to your governor. Governor. You see, the thing is, have dinners with them. Okay, participate in community events. Okay, participate in voluntary to some NGOs around your community. Now, the goal is to build relationship in your Jerusalem. The quality of your relationship in Jerusalem will help you reaching your community with the light of the gospel. Have small group discussions about what's going on in your Jerusalem. Encourage your members to form small groups around the city and discussing and planning on how you can have some customized outreach strategies to reach out to and then share their experiences one another to encourage why they perpetrate the Jerusalem for Christ. Now, let's reflect on our involvement in Jerusalem so that we'll be able to have some encouragement that we are making some impact in Jerusalem. So pray for Jerusalem. That's your Jerusalem. Lead your congregation in prayer, asking God to reveal the needs. You can do community analysis to understand the needs of your Jerusalem, and then find ways to empower your congregation to be effective witnesses in their immediate community. And as they get to be effective in their immediate community, then they can begin to go out as to build the critical mass. You can begin to make some impact in Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost part of it. So dedicate some time to commit to focusing on building the ministry around your Jerusalem as a foundation for future outreach effort. I want to stop here. I thought I was going to just do some quick work as a foundation. Now you have any church related questions for me, let's have them in any of the social media handles. I will love to hear your comments. I would love to hear your questions. You're going to get more than an answer from me. You have any church related questions, you have any question concerning, you want us to even help you literally free of charge to define your Jerusalem, let us know. You have any questions, let us help you out with any of the on any of our social media handles. Please, this video has been helpful to you. Give us a like, do share us your community, and drop us a comment. I love to hear from you. I want to know where you're watching me from. I want to learn from you. If you learn from me, let's also learn from you. Drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about the content we are sharing today. Next week, Monday, we're going to continue with part 2 of 5. Go on our Facebook page to like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell so that when we have some content uploaded or come alive, you will be notified when we come on live. We do consultations for churches, revitalization, training, strategy planning for churches. Reach out to us so that we can help your church with excellent church consulting for health, vitality, and results. The numbers on the screen, and sure I'm going to get across to you to see how we can help you as it is. Thank you for your attention. May God bless each and every one of you as you have a fruitful week ahead. Till I come your way next week, Monday, with continuation of part 2 of 5. I say bye-bye, I love you, and God bless you. Thank you so much.